Hey everyone, today we are going to work on hip mobility. This is one of those things that I see as we get older, it starts to go. So, it is super important to get those stretches in to make sure we're moving around and staying mobile. But here are some great exercises if you tend to have hip pain, if you're not able to get low in a squat. And just overall good stretching, right? Okay, so first exercise we're going to talk about is the pigeon stretch, right? So what we want is we want a 90-degree angle with both of our feet, and then we're just going to lean forward and stretch that hip and lean forward as far as you can. It shouldn't be comfortable. We shouldn't be leaning over here. We should be right over top and really getting low as we can to get that hip. And then we would just switch, hips and go forward. Okay. So the other one is a clamshell. So this is good. This one you can use a band or not. So if we're going to use a band, we're going to put the band right above our knees. We're going to lay sideways and we are going to make a clamshell. Like if a clamshell was going open and shut, that's the same thing. We're just going to reach up and come back down, and it should be slow and precise, right? And you'll start to feel it kind of in there. Going through these quick so we can fit all of them in. Another good hip mobility, we can go ahead and stretch and really get low and deep into that. Again, let me go this way. So one leg straight, one leg's bent. We can be up here, but if we can get low and deep, you'll start to feel it a little bit more in those hips. And you can go ahead and like rock back on that back leg as well. So the next one, this is gonna take some mobility. If you can do this, we want to go into a full squat. If we can get all the way down with our feet flat on the ground, that's awesome, because then we can kind of start to move back and forth. And feel free to use a weight too to add some extra pressure on those hips. If you can't get that low, that's okay. Just come down to as low as you can and just kind of move back and forth. We're gonna need a band tied to either like a rig. If you have a rig that is bolted down, not something like this because it's not gonna hold. I have my trusty staircase here, but anything that's stable that you can pull some pressure without it falling over, it's good. So we want to tie the band to the pole or whatever we're using, right? And we're gonna get the band nice and high and tight into that hip flexor here. So we're gonna put it all the way up. We're gonna come down and we're gonna let the pressure, we want to be a little bit diagonal. We don't want to be straight from the pole. So we want the band to allow the band to pull the hip back, and use that that pressure to get the band to pull kind of like sideways. That's why we're in where we're at. And as we do that, we can rock back and forth as well. But I would